Oh, he hit Wriothesley and his tea. Is that Dougier? Oh! Hey, since I keep this channel ad-free, I've set up a Ko-Fi page where you can come support me for as little as $1. Wow. I'm also streaming on Twitch and have a separate channel dedicated for that Twitch channel. So come follow and subscribe to me there. Links are down in the description. Thank you, enjoy the video. What's up, doggos? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact playthrough reaction. And this one being our new guy, Wriothesley's story quest, which is called Cerberus. I was gonna say I really liked his character during the Archon quest. I think he's a very nice addition to Fontaine. I just loved his attitude towards like everyone, just Neuvillette, the traveler.
So, what's your secret, huh?
For someone who manages a place like the Fortress of Meripede, he's a rather chillax character, which is what I find interesting. So I'm interested to dive into his story quest. Without further ado... Reborn in the Land of Grievances. An opportunity for rebirth. Go to the dormitories in the Fortress of Meripede. You and Paimon arrive at the dormitories in the Fortress of Meripede again, because that's apparently like our home now. As if we don't have, you know... Come on, man.
In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike...
I really appreciate your water review, Neuvillette, but we have something else to do. We're back in jail. I'm going back to jail. I'm sorry, I'll stop using that meme. I've abused that meme so much ever since.
We once thought the Fortress of Meripede would be super scary, but looking back on it, it really wasn't that bad at all.
If you could say that, I mean, there's still a world-destroying pool of water right beneath us. But yeah, sure, it's not that bad.
You've got a set schedule, guaranteed food and board, and you can even buy all kinds of stuff with credit coupons. It's really no surprise that many people don't even want to leave.
I don't know how people feel like them making prison out to be like a good thing. I'm not sure what other people think, but yeah, you're right. They probably have that guy to thank for that. Yeah.
Well, he does look kind of intimidating. He's actually pretty easy to talk to once you've had a conversation or two with him.
Just gotta talk about tea. Oh, he hit Wriothesley and his tea.
You must be doing something right to maintain order here, while not making everything feel super oppressive.
Good on him.
Excuse me, did I hear someone there? Could you please do me a favor?
Huh? Paimon could have sworn she just heard something.
Me too.
Excuse me, is someone passing by? Could you do me a favor, please?
Are you trapped somewhere? Are you trapped in the lab? In the box? You're trapped in the box. What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Did you hear my call? Thank you so much. I'm over here, inside this big box.
Why are you in the big box?
You're inside the box? Well, come on, traveler, let's go take a look.
Did someone shave your eyebrows? Did someone strip you of your clothes?
Whoa, that's terrible. Did someone seriously do that to you?
No, it was nothing quite that serious. I'd just like some help finding my hat.
Your hat.
Just your hat? But then, why can't you look for it yourself?
Because he's locked in the box.
Wait, Paimon gets it. Something must have happened to your hair.
Paimon, there's no need to spell it out.
Sorry. So that's what happened. No wonder why you had to hide inside the box.
I think you may have misunderstood me, but never mind. Please just help me find my hat. It's a soft and brown hat with a bit of a brim. Nothing fancy.
Yankee with no brim.
It's really important to me, so your help would mean the world. I'll wait here for your return.
Don't worry, we'll be back in no time.
Okay, alright. We start off with collecting someone's hat.
We've looked everywhere and still not seen anything that looks like a hat.
We can just buy him a hat.
That's a good idea. If he's just looking to cover his head, then it shouldn't matter what kind of hat he's wearing.
Maybe it's actually a hat from his great-grandfather that he liked very much, that passed away. We really gonna get a replacement? You sure get fired up quick when it comes to shopping. I'm not paying for that.
Huh? How did you know what Paimon was thinking? Oh, this is bad. Nothing gets past you nowadays.
We've been with each other for like 3 years now. Actually, I don't know how much time has passed in Teyvat in real time. Like canonically, ever since we arrived. From what it sounds like, we're speedrunning the whole nation. Oh, the guy isn't here.
Paimon doesn't remember you being the boss.
I'm just standing in for Mr. Alvar while he's off restocking the shop.
Is he British?
Now just wait a sec. A blonde foreigner, dressed all in white, accompanied by a glaze-covered flying chunk of gingerbread.
We have our first British VA.
Oh, you must be the legendary traveler and their companion Paimon.
Because I brought this up when I was chatting with my buds. Like, Fontaine was the perfect chance to introduce some British VAs, right?
The tea here just keeps getting more bitter.
Paimon's the traveler's treasured companion, sure, but she's not some flying chunk of gingerbread.
Sorry, I never thought I'd get the chance to see you with my own eyes, so got a bit ahead of myself.
Okay, I like this.
We heard that you were personally received by His Grace when you made your way down here, you know. You were the envy of all.
We got the gacha meal for free,
everyone
too.
Wants to be introduced to you.
And here I thought I had made it as a hero.
Well, I'd figure you'd appreciate honesty over flattery. After all, I also only joined up here because I'd heard Mr. Alvar was a good friend of the Duke. And though I've only caught scant sight of His Grace since then, as fate would have it, I've become fast friends with Mr. Alvar himself. I mean, we've all got agendas, but rather than trying to force something to be true, it's often better to just...
Right,
Go
go
with
with the
it.
flow.
Oh, enough of that. Is there something you're looking for?
A man's hat.
No problem. Anything else?
Just like that.
Feel free to check out anything you want. The credit coupon costs are on me. Life's been pretty good recently, so I might as well just waive your bill. Never hurts to make some friends.
Well, if you put it that way, thanks, Shambledok. After a moment's hesitation, Paimon manages to pick out 2 snacks.
Are you sure you don't want more? These opportunities don't come by every day, you
Like,
know.
my backpack is jam-packed with, like, worldwide dishes from everywhere. That's probably fucking rotten already, but I never thought you turned down a chance to freeload.
It just doesn't feel the same if the owner's offering everything to you for free.
Good, Paimon.
But anyway, we don't need to get into that right now.
You have
We
some
can discuss
reason.
Paimonology later.
I'm glad you do.
Poor guy must still be waiting for us.
Paimonology? I'll take that class.
I'd appreciate it if you could put in a nice word for our establishment the next time you speak to His Grace.
Alrighty then. A hat obtained from the Rag and Bone shop. It isn't the same hat that was lost. It should be sufficient to handle the situation at hand.
Please come again. And don't forget to mention us to your Grace.
I hope we get a British playable character. Here's a new hat.
You can come out now. We found your hat.
You did? Oh, Archon, you just saved my life. Just one sec.
Wait. So you're not actually bald? You've got such a full head of hair too.
I mean, I told you that there had been a misunderstanding. This has
Is he
nothing
not
to do
gonna
with my
complain
hair.
about the hat?
Wait, this isn't my hat.
Well, we got you a new one. We tried really hard to look for your hat, but no dice.
To be precise, someone else gave it to us.
Ah, I see. Thank you
Well,
so much.
you look more
I'm really
snazzy.
grateful, but
Yeah, that's what I figured.
unfortunately, there's just something special
That's
about
what I figured.
my hat.
If you're looking for a hat, I just picked one up over here. Is it yours?
Wriothesley.
Your Grace.
Right, sorry, your grace, I meant.
Oh, hey, Wriothesley. It's been a while.
I'll say I'm not at all surprised
My
to find
man.
the two of you here. You never could turn down someone's request for help.
Oh, what is that? It's like a beanie.
It's what good adventurers do, after all.
As I recall, these hats are very important to members of the Beret Society.
Beret?
Best you avoid misplacing it again,
Understood. Thank you so much.
What's the beret?
Your Grace.
There's actually a lot of like little groups in the fortress. There's like the little group that helps people that was founded by Voltron in Neuvillette Story Quest. And there's the boxing, there's dang, and then here's another one. The beret.
Then I'll be off. I'll get going now.
What a strange guy. Why did he care so much about his hat? And has he done something wrong? When he saw you, it was as if he'd seen a ghost.
Oh, not at all. In fact, members of the Beret Society are model prisoners. They work hard and never get into trouble. They've saved me a lot of work, in fact. As for him, I'd guess he's just more of an introvert. It's not unusual for the more shy prisoners to freak out when I show up unannounced.
Like me for real.
There are prisoners who are afraid to talk to people?
There are people who are afraid to talk to people, Paimon. That's the better phrase there. I feel like I'm calling myself out.
The idea of the criminal as a selfish, heartless brute is just a stereotype. Such labels could never capture the complexity of even a single individual person.
Yeah, that's true.
What kind of a person a prisoner may be and why they've committed a crime We'd never know these things if they don't share their story with us.
What's this Beret Society?
Although most of the societies here will just turn individual brawls into mass ones, the Beret Society does appear to be an exception, and it's instead trying to experiment with some novel and interesting things. If you have some time, why don't we grab something at the coupon cafeteria? It'll give us time to catch up too. And if you're still interested in the Berets after that, I can take you to their usual gathering place as well.
Okay.
A few moments later.
After a while, Woolsey brings out a drink for everyone.
Our first meeting took place on short notice, and we were both swamped by everything that happened after, so there was no time for more casual chit-chat. I'm actually quite fond of stories, you know. Of course, the others have already told me a lot about your deeds in Fontaine, but I'd love to hear it straight from the source.
Would you care to hear our stories from other nations?
That'd be quite the long story.
We fought tooth and nail for the sake of justice. I'm still trying to learn more about Fontaine. To be honest, I really wasn't that involved with a lot of it. Well, we did the most in Act 1 to 2, and then Act 3 was just us impersonating as prisoners, but Wriothesley already knew that, and then Act 4... Yeah, I guess Act 4, it wasn't really us, because it was Neuvillette who pushed back the primordial water.
Impressive. Not all who possess the courage to risk their life for their ideals also have the strength to make it out unscathed. Had you not possessed these remarkable qualities, I probably wouldn't have had the chance to make your acquaintance in the first place.
You were the one who fought the water that day.
Paimon gets the sense that you're trying to flatter us. That guy we talked to earlier was obviously trying to get us to put in a good word for him, but you're the Duke, right? Why would you need to get on our good side?
Right.
Well, after all, you did help the fortress and I maintain
I like
our
you enough
autonomy.
already.
Is it so strange that I would want to give a few words of praise out of genuine admiration?
Oh no, I gladly take them. It's because you don't ever talk about yourself.
So this is a matter of trust, which is unfortunate, since I don't have nearly as interesting of a story to offer about myself.
Oh no, I don't believe that at all.
I was convicted and sent here at an early age. I only became the top dog after spending a long time figuring out its inner workings.
Hey, I'll give you credit, you sound bright.
Power and
You're
control
smart.
come in many forms. Some fair and ethical, others less so. And since we're all sinners here, the victor calls the shots, no matter how they manage to get to the top.
Yeah, because everyone's born with sin, huh?
I would very much like to maintain friendly relations with you two.
That's how I feel as well.
Your Grace,
Oh.
after following your instructions, we were able to find a box of undeclared contraband in the latest shipment of cargo.
Hi.
They were extremely well hidden, and we've confirmed that the senders have been using this method to smuggle goods for a while. We're trying to trace the goods to their source.
Oh, what's...
Got it. Leave the box here and contact me immediately if you make any progress. You're dismissed.
Yes, Your Grace.
Sorry, I'd almost completely forgotten about this. Now, what do we have here? It's more or less what I expected.
Whoa, this is certainly a box of curiosities.
More
Mora,
snacks.
snacks, yarn, balls, ropes, mechanical parts, and even a gem.
Oh.
Wait, if you've confiscated this entire box, then does that mean all of this belongs to you now?
Yep, we can't just send them back up now, can we?
What? But that's just insane profit. Traveler, why don't you become a duke as well?
Let's get that title then.
It's only been a couple minutes since we agreed to continue friendly relations with each other, and you're already planning to overthrow me?
Maybe I can become a co-duke if that's a thing.
Jokes aside, I didn't know you'd be so interested in this box. How about this then? You can pick anything you want from it. Consider it a gift from me.
Paimon wants this one. This dark, sparkly gem. You just know it must be worth a ton of Mora.
It's emitting an ominous smoke. Are you sure, Paimon? Be my guests. Paimon, you okay?
Actually, never mind. Paimon doesn't want this gem anymore. Can Paimon pick something else instead?
Paimon, what's wrong? Are you feeling unwell?
There's something weird about this gem. Paimon remembered a lot of bad things when she picked it up. Paimon couldn't even tune them out. It's as if the gem was just drawing them out of Paimon's brain. It was super spooky.
Is that so? Let me give it a try.
Wriothesley?
Paimon's right. I too experienced some unpleasant flashbacks.
Oh god.
Are you sure?
Let me try.
I wouldn't exactly call it fun.
We have experienced a lot of things I could call unpleasant. Oh. Of course I knew it was gonna recall like... of course it would have been ether.
Are you okay, Traveler? You also saw something, right?
Yeah, it's just as you said, I relieved some rather unforgettable memories.
In that case, we should destroy the entire box and all of its contents. Seems like we're almost done with our drinks, too. Let's go check out the Society's gathering place, then.
Sure.
I can introduce you, and we can also continue our conversation while we're at it.
Wait, are you this free every day or something?
Just noticed? I wasn't exactly busy the first time we met, either.
Oh my god, bro.
Oh, hell no, man.
See what I mean? He's so chillax. You have a little... There's a typewriter. There's... What are they doing? Is it a little bar? They have
We
a
are
hat.
honored by your visit, Your Grace. All of us at the Society have been waiting for your arrival.
Dougier.
Are these your two guests?
Dougier? No, it sounds more like Dougier.
Traveler, this is Dougier, the head of the Beret Society. This is their gathering place.
Dougier.
Members can find all sorts of drinks and snacks here, as well as a large variety of books and other resources.
Oh, like a mini library.
It's so easy to feel lonely and helpless when you arrive here for the first time. I remember that feeling all too well. None of us knew anything about this place then, after all.
Now this guy has a countryside accent.
But that's when the thought came to me.
What's this
If we
diverse
could help everyone turn
amount
over a
of
new leaf,
VAs?
they would no longer have to lead such gloomy existences. Thus, it was with your help that I founded the Beret Society.
Oh, so you were also involved with this, Wriothesley?
My part in this was minimal. All I did was follow procedure and rubber stamp the application. I'm sure you have a very good sense of what this place is about by now. As you know, not everyone takes their sentence seriously. For some, this is just another place where they can eat, breathe, and sleep. But the Society is a great place for those who wish to turn things around.
Exactly right. Here, we keep an eye on each other and remind each other of our goals. Everyone can focus on rehabilitating our mental states and even make many new friends. Our operations are entirely funded by members' donated goods and credit coupons. Same for the things you can see here.
Oh, right, and what's the deal with the hats?
Ah, there's nothing deep about it. I just felt like we needed some kind of visible identifier.
Yeah, that makes sense.
If our members felt joy and pride
What do
from
you call
being a
these
part of
hats?
this group, then the hats would become a point of pride for them as well. And when we're together, we will feel a sense of community from seeing everyone's hats.
Isn't this the same guy that in the live stream trailer he was looking scared as fuck and holding a gun? A rifle? Oh boy. How's this gonna go to that?
In other words, that hat has come to represent something like a model citizen, which also helps them recruit new members.
Could they be the ones smuggling goods?
Once again, you are exactly right, Your Grace. That's a part of our goal as well. Let's take a little old seat over here. There's
Little
no
old
need
seat.
for us to stand.
So this meeting was planned all along.
Seems like I shouldn't underestimate an adventurer's keen sense of observation. I'll bear that in mind the next time I need to do something low-key. Kidding, of course. We're just discussing some small matters. It shouldn't take long. We've also already gone over the organization's vision. Instead of listening to me try to explain some more, maybe it'd be better if you took a look around for yourself.
Why does Paimon feel like he didn't answer the question at all?
Might as well take a look.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like the model prisoners, right? So this is what their spot looks like.
Hi.
Hey, what are you doing over here?
Hi, ma'am.
Oh, hello. You are guests of the Duke, are you not? I'm organizing the bookshelves. Want to take a look? We've got some classics, as well as a few books that the members published themselves.
Oh, they're writers in the society.
Yeah, most of them
That's
are
what the
writing
typewriter
diaries
is
or
for.
autobiographies on their time in the organization. Some quit drinking. Some learned to tailor. Some became real good at calligraphy. And even I've learned to use a camera. We find it kind of funny. You see, had we managed to stay above ground, none of us would have ever had the time to learn any of those skills.
Well, I mean, I'd still say up there is a tad bit better than being down here.
With how the Duke and Mr. Dougier have organized our lives down here, though, all we need to do is think about the things that we want to do. You never know what you may be good at until you give it a try. And while you're here, no matter what you do.
These people make it sound so easy. They're really glorifying being in jail, huh?
And that's it. I just finished organizing this shelf as well, so feel free to check it out if you want. Just remember to put the books back after you're done.
Don't worry, we will.
There are a good variety of books here, and it also looks like the selection is regularly updated. If nothing else, one can definitely find something here with which to pass the time. A member's diary is also displayed among the books. It was probably included for recruitment purposes.
Welcome to our gathering place. Is there anything you'd like me to explain to you?
Oscille.
Oh, it's okay. We're just taking a look around.
You sound a bit like a Melusine guide.
Well, that's not a bad comparison. It is my job to explain our amenities and benefits to our latest members. Besides this space, which our members use to rest and relax, we also have an entertainment room, a fitness room, and a self-study room.
Right.
These rooms are open to all of our members. We want everyone to be able to use their free time to the fullest.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Do you have a restaurant too? If you did, you also wouldn't have to eat at the big cafeteria anymore.
Unfortunately, we don't. For matters like that, we still have to rely on His grace.
I mean, His grace is generous enough already. You really thought of everything.
Yeah, Paimon can definitely see how it'd be easier to live your life if you had all this support.
Yep, and that's exactly why Mr. Dougier founded the Society. We all think we made the correct choice to join him.
Hey, you there, newbie! Now, why don't you follow my lead and take a deep breath before letting everything out like this?
What are you doing? That was really loud.
That's how I pump myself up every day. A lot of my friends have found it super useful too.
Alright.
You can release all the fatigue, resentment, and unpleasantness from your lungs and return to the day with all the optimism in the world.
Is this the same VA that as the guy who was all mysterious about the rules?
You think so, mate? The truth is, this place has a lot of hidden rules.
That fella, I forgot his name.
Just remember to take a deep breath and let it all out if you find yourself at your wit's end.
Dang, bro is jacked.
Oh, you're back. What did you think about this place?
It's great.
Now, note that your opinion will also affect my review of Dougier and the Society as a whole.
Oh.
Wait, I didn't know they were also a part of the evaluation process. It's all right with me, though. I'm pretty confident about our growth and activities.
I mean, it looks like a good place.
Paimon thinks it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Don't think anyone expected you to get a society going here of all places.
It seems alright on the surface. Now, I don't want to suss them out just yet, because it looks fine right now, but, you know, there's still that scene from the trailer where he's pointing a gun. You know, yeah, same here.
So it seems that you were able to get a sense of our vision and value. That's all I can ask for, really.
The prisoners here all have very different personalities and psychological needs. Our needs are like violent beasts. If we can't face them properly, they'll grow restless and enraged, causing pain and conflict. But if we can placate them, they lose their fangs, and they can even be converted into fuel for far nobler pursuits. Which is why, in my opinion, learning to reconcile with oneself is the first step on the path to redemption.
You've hit the nail on the head, Your Grace. Before I founded the Society, I had met too many people who could not come to terms with themselves. And I'm sure that a part of your support is rooted in your desire to help those people find their way.
And Paimon thought everyone was enjoying life just fine, working and fighting.
Speaking of fighting, I'm not sure if you knew this, but even His Grace sometimes fights in the ring.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised, honestly.
You fight in the ring too? Wearing those high-tech boxing gloves of yours?
Oh, I almost never need them.
Almost never, you say. So instead... Oh, hey. See you again. The introvert.
Hey, isn't that the guy who lost his hat? Did you come here to relax too?
Huh? Oh, okay, so it's...
What's wrong? Did you forget about us already?
There is something
Are you
beneath the
feeling all right?
surface.
You are looking a little pale.
No, I'm fine. Thank you for helping me get my hat back. I'm sorry, but...
What was our reaction?
He's still as weird as before. Paimon's kind of used to it by now, though.
Dougier, do you know what's up with him?
I'm also not too sure about that. As far as I recall, he's always been a little strange, but I'll check up on him later.
Okay.
After all, it's my responsibility as the leader to make sure that no one falls through the cracks.
We'll leave him to you then. Where were we before we got sidetracked?
Something about boxing gloves?
Oh, right, about that. You might have thought that I was joking, but in a place like that, everyone will use everything in their power to win. And when emotions run high, things often spiral out of control. That would be when I need to pull out my gloves to maintain order. Sometimes you might need more than just gloves as well. This pair of handcuffs has also come in handy quite a number of times.
Oh.
Oops.
Oh. They know what it is.
Go on, you guys. Pick up the item for His Grace, would you?
Yes, right away.
That gem shines with quite the dazzling light. I hope it hasn't been damaged. Your Grace, please let me know if there's something wrong with it now.
Say, Dougier, have you ever seen a gem like this?
Never, Your Grace. Don't think I've ever been rich enough to afford this kind of a thing.
I guess that's fair. We've already gone over most of the things that I wanted to talk about, so let's wrap up for the day. The Traveler also has some other plans, after all.
So there's that guy and the gem that they all reacted to. There's definitely something beneath the surface. The way they eyed the gem and the guy.
It was an honor. I'm sure everyone would love it if you were to visit again. And that goes for you as well, Your Grace. We wish you...
And same to you.
Shit.
Paimon doesn't think we made any plans for the rest of the day. Why did you lie to him?
Well, what's your opinion of the Society now that you've taken a look around their headquarters? I wanted to see just how much they've managed to accomplish, and also get a sense of Dougier's plans for the future. I arranged for a meeting out of curiosity, but then I noticed some faint hints of dissonance.
Dissonance?
I'm sure the Traveler has sensed it too.
It's a bit hard to put it into words, but there's something off about that place.
As expected, you also picked up on it. The whole truth is a bit complicated, so I'll explain everything to you later. I can tell you right now, though, that this was an unexpected turn of events. I had hoped to take care of it in secret, but now a confrontation may no longer be avoidable. It's hard to predict what might happen next. Why don't you take this opportunity to check back on the gathering place? Just tell them you left something of yours there by accident. If my hypothesis is correct, Dougier should already have left. And with his watchful eye removed, you may well get a very different reception from the members.
I'll trust you for now. I'll take this as another one of your jokes.
I'll explain everything to you later. But right now, we need to seize this opportunity. Find out what you can from them now while they're all in one place. We might not get another chance like this anytime soon.
Then what are you gonna do?
Good question. What should I do? Maybe I'll drop by the ring and sign myself up for a fight.
Wait, so you're really just gonna make us work while you slack off?
No comment. Hey.
Huh. It's just as Wriothesley said. Seems like Dougier is no longer here.
Keep your voice down. Damn it, you whisper so loud, Paimon.
You felt there was something off about this place, right? So let's see if we can feel something out.
Yeah, something awful, right? Can you not stare at me?
Wait, you guys are...
We're really sorry. We just realized that we lost something, and we figured we might have left it here by accident. We'll be on our way as soon as we find it.
Oh, okay.
Did you see a glass bottle by any chance? What is with you guys?
Nobody?
Fellas, why does it feel like Dougier is in complete control of the whole place, and they're just scared to say anything that might go against Dougier because he'll maybe punish them or something?
We'll just look for it ourselves if none of you caught a glimpse of it. We're not going to tell Wriothesley anything, don't worry.
It's like none of them want to be here.
I'll go find Mr. Dougier.
No need. We're just looking for something. Why does he have to know?
This is incredibly suspicious. Feels like they're all terrified of something, of Dougier. Doing anything without Dougier's permission. I guess by the end of it, we won't have the Beret Society anymore, huh? Fellas. You were so lively just now. What happened?
Are you still organizing the bookshelves?
Yeah, and... I'm sorry. But you can't check out the books right now.
We weren't thinking about that to begin with, but weren't you super friendly just a moment ago?
It was pretending.
Sorry. You really can't check them out. Please understand.
Okay. Jesus.
Hello? How can I help you?
Jesus, his voice is so shaky. Can you give us that rundown again?
The Beret Society offers a variety of resources and benefits to its members, and, I mean, you've already heard my spiel. I don't know anything beyond what I've already told you.
You don't know anything?
Sorry, that's not what I meant. It's just... there's nothing more I can tell you.
Is Dougier holding leverage? Holding them, like, something they care about, and he's exploiting that to keep them here, to run this place? And there's an awful lot of boxes too, now that I think about it. If they really do happen to be the people smuggling, I'm guessing other guy found out about it, maybe tried to expose them for it, or try to rat them out, or like gain the courage to actually stand up and speak to someone about it, but Dougier found it out and locked him away in a box to try and silence him.
Hey, big guy!
Hey.
What do you want?
Isn't this how you greeted us earlier? Take a deep breath and let it all out.
Ha, you know, just now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You sure are a fast learner.
Where did your optimism go?
I ate something earlier,
yeah,
so
bullshit.
I'm falling into a bit of a food coma.
What the fuck is a food coma?
I mean...
Oh, you're back. How were things at their headquarters?
Weird as hell.
It was as if they had all turned into completely different people.
They were all acting super scared.
That would prove my suspicions. The dissonance I mentioned earlier was precisely that fleeting moment of fear behind the cheerful facade.
Like that one guy who we found hiding in the box.
Right. He was acting super scared too when we saw him at the gathering place.
And that's precisely why I took his hat.
Oh, so the one who started it all was...
Wow, you really think of...
It was you all along!
It's because I wanted to figure out what's really going on. I don't believe any of Dougier's talk about unstable mental states.
How long have you been investigating this?
Not too long. Dougier made very elaborate preparations for my visit. It almost feels like the performance was too elaborate.
Okay, but if you think something's wrong, why don't you just take the whole society into custody? Aren't you the Duke? You can do whatever you want in this place.
You need sufficient
Maybe you're
evidence.
actually a better fit for the position than I am. Just give me the word and I'll hand you the cuffs. In all seriousness, however, cuffs and the like should be used sparingly. They're mostly for show. Everything I do is on display. The way people see me act determines the kind of world I can create down here.
You just lock them up without any explanation, just because, oh, I think they're bad. Yeah, you built up a reputation like this already.
And I've
You wouldn't
always
want
striven to appear fair and reasonable to the people.
See, yeah, the Duke's values will be emulated by the people.
Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head. I have to lead by example if I want to maintain expectations of justice and order. I have some faith, though, that some of the members understood the hint I gave during our visit. The line has been set, and it's quite likely that a fish will bite. Let's give them some time. My guards will need it to finish their investigation, too. You can find me in my office.
It's related to
when
the
time comes.
smuggling.
Oh, here you are. Did you manage to land a lucky pull on the welfare meals tonight?
Let's just get straight to the point. Has anything else happened with the society?
Patience, Paimon. Even as the situation continues to brew, we still need to make sense of what we learned so far and go over any sticking points. I'm actually still thinking about the first thing that came to my mind when I noticed something amiss. Namely, why didn't anyone come to me about it?
Oh, that's a good point. Could whatever they're afraid of be so powerful that even you won't be able to do anything about it?
But even if such a thing existed, how could they be so sure without checking with me first? It'd be one thing if it was just one or two people, but it seems like everyone's convinced that I won't be able to help. Which leads me to believe that it's more likely that they think I just wouldn't care to help them.
Because you instigated Dougier in the first place? Because you've been working with Dougier all along?
Yes, something like that. Dougier must have told them something to make them think I won't take their side.
That Wriothesley's in on whatever Dougier's doing.
So of course, I had originally planned to do this in a more covert way, but I had to improvise when you identified the guy who'd lost his hat with everyone present. There was no way to keep our investigation a secret after that.
Whoops.
That makes sense. Wait, but does that mean it was all Paimon's fault?
Sorry.
Not only has Dougier found out that he'd lost his hat, he's also realized that we were the ones who found it. That likely set his internal alarms off all at once.
The hats must be hiding something.
Yes, that's the conclusion I came to as well. It's the only thing that could explain the fear. If we didn't act right then and there, Dougier would probably come up with some other way to hide the truth and we'd be back to square one. So after giving the matter some thought, I tossed that black gem onto the ground. I must say, I was pretty satisfied with the results.
So that's the hint you were talking about earlier.
Right, and I said back there that I had no idea what the gem represented. That should have been enough to let people know that it's still early days for my investigation. And since I was traveling with you, heroes who have never turned a blind eye to evil and injustice, they would also understand that we're here to help, rather than to tolerate or uphold the status quo.
Right.
You used us as a part of your plan too!
So that's why you wanted us to come along.
Of course, you're under no obligation, but I would really appreciate it if you could continue to lend me your support and help me figure out the true secret behind the society. Would you be willing to lend me your support?
Sure. I'm already in this deep.
But Paimon's still mad at you!
Sure, if I just need to find them off.
You have my thanks. Now, there are still two outstanding matters in our investigation. The first is the secret of the hats. I've examined one before. There was nothing suspicious about the item itself. The other is the true purpose of the black gem. We haven't been able to get anything out of anyone with actual knowledge of it. It's my hope that a brave fish will take my bait and venture outside of their dark and murky pool. I'll put some music on while we wait.
Uh-huh. That's just your office music. Oh wow, he's just sitting on this table. He spent some time waiting in Wriothesley's office.
Excuse me, Your Grace, but may I come in? I'm afraid that someone's been following me.
Please, do.
Office. Oh, it's another member.
I apologize for my lack of composure. These two are the guests that came with you to our gathering place, correct?
You know us?
Yes, my lover Facade told me all about you. Please, help us, Your Grace. He's in great danger right now.
Slow down, take a deep breath, and start from the top. What happened at the society?
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I will try. I think I should start from when you saw Facade last.
You mean when we saw him at the gathering place?
Yes, he fled immediately, but many members are hot on his heels. Thankfully, he still managed to meet up with me and explain everything that had happened. Now that he's lost Dougier's trust, what awaits him is agonizing censure.
Censure?
Censure?
Censure is Dougier's method of establishing control, as well as the thing we all fear the most.
Which is...
Rather than listening to me explain what it is, Your Grace, please, just let me show it to you.
Is that what the gun's for?
Every secret may be found within...
Oh.
Here you are. I was wondering where you had run off to in such a hurry.
Oh, fuck.
Please excuse us, Your Grace. It was never our intention to disturb you like this. You see, Avice's mental state has been rather...
There he goes about the mental state.
I don't recall hearing a knock or giving permission for you to come in.
Oh, my apologies. I merely did not wish for Your Grace to be alarmed. Had I not been so focused on recovering her, I would have followed all the rules of etiquette to the letter. So please, forgive my discourtesy.
Like we believe you.
We know exactly what you're thinking. You've got some nerve showing your face here. Indeed, like we believe you.
Please, there's no need to be upset. It's only natural to want to side with the poor sick girl, but I know His Grace to be a reasonable man.
Well then, what if the reasonable man wants to hear the lunatic out?
That would be perfectly fine with me. Oh, and just so you know, we've also found the missing Mr. Facade. I had no idea why he was so upset about losing his hat, really. Thankfully, he has already returned to his senses. We've brought him back to our place, so there's no need to worry.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. I don't have anything more to say.
This is what you're afraid of, correct? You can tell me everything. I'll do all I can for you.
Come on. He can't possibly do anything while he's in the presence of your grace.
I've never seen that thing in my life.
You can do it, Avice. Come on.
It's all right, Avice. As long as you tell me what it is that you're terrified of, no matter what it is, it will no longer be able to hurt you. I swear this on my name and honor as the Duke.
Your Grace! Forget it. I'll keep my mouth shut. I've already said everything I could say about the matter.
Please just step aside.
I'm sorry, Your Grace, but I really don't have anything more to say. Please, don't press me further.
She's scared.
Miss Avice, please show me your head. That is an order.
Head?
There's nothing there.
Your Grace, I know you have long tired of my words, but please believe me when I say you've merely let your worries get to your head. The Society has never caused trouble for you or any of the guards at the fortress. We've spent all of our time working hard and trying to lead better lives. Why are you doing everything in your power to prove our guilt? What's wrong with the current state of affairs? Why are you so intent on getting
he's really pushing it.
Unfalteringly
He's
loyal?
really pushing it.
Your words bore me. You know the consequences if I find you to be lying.
Everything that I do for the fortress of Meripede.
I do.
But your Grace is welcome to visit us any time to confirm the true intent of our activities. All right, Avice. Let's head back.
She's gonna get punished. The censure, whatever it was.
Just what's up with that guy? He makes Paimon really mad.
He must have been well prepared for this exact scenario, or he wouldn't have dared to be so openly hostile. All the more reason for us to be patient. The entire society are his hostages. His subordinates would definitely react if he were taken into custody. And that's why he dared to bare his fangs right in front of me.
One thing's for sure, we won't let him get away with this. So now our biggest problem is...
The true secret of the society is neither on the hat nor on the members' heads. Dougier probably knew this from the very beginning, which is why he didn't panic. However, if we were to look at the rules, it would also seem like the head has to be the place where they're keeping all of their secrets.
Oh, okay, this again.
The hats are definitely being used to hide a secret, but there's nothing wrong with the hats themselves.
Avice's head.
But if there's nothing on her head, why did Avice feel the need to remove her hat?
Dougier's attitude.
From the way Dougier acted, he must have known from the beginning that we wouldn't be able to find any evidence.
Associate... Right. Lost hair clip.
I have an idea, but...
What a coincidence, so do I. Avice didn't take off her hat to draw attention to her head. She did so to remove her hair clip.
You mean this thing?
Oh, she left this
So, she handed a key piece of evidence over to us without Dougier noticing.
Thank you, Avice.
That would mean that Avice didn't stay silent out of fear. She stayed silent because she'd already given us what we needed.
Wriothesley tinkers with the hair clip for a brief moment.
I managed to remove this from the hair clip. It's long, slender, and conical. It's hollow on the inside, and looks something like a cross between a nail and a thorn.
Oh.
Let's see. What if we do this?
Hey, what are you doing? Wait. Some kind of dark liquid is leaking out of the gem.
Ooh. Ooh.
And some of it has been absorbed by this thorny-looking thing.
The gem is used as a container for the type of liquid.
You've probably heard before that water is filled with the strongest emotions of humanity. With that in mind, this liquid is probably a highly concentrated solution of fear.
Oh.
Oh, so that's why even touching it will make you remember unpleasant things.
Liquidized fear.
Dougier would be able to censure others. I can only imagine how it would feel to have this directly injected into your brain. The moment it hits you would be like being flooded with all the terrors you've ever experienced in your life.
Jesus.
Agony, desolation, and an overwhelming sense of despair.
Put up a front.
No wonder
like
they're all so terrified of it.
They had to put up an act all while experiencing this? Oh, fuck.
So, was the hat meant to cover up their wounds?
That might not even be all.
Ouch.
Let's go get them right away.
Right into the head, too? Fuck.
We can't let Dougier escape with all of the evidence.
Just pumping them with drugs. And I really thought there... Oh.
Your Grace, we have taken the Society members into custody. They all tried to flee just a little while ago, as if they had received some kind of order.
Great work, everyone. Perform a thorough search of the Society's headquarters and bring all the members to me.
Understood, Your Grace.
Now, let's check on them. As expected, they all have a hollow thorn inserted into a wound on their head.
Ugh, fuck. That's so gross to think about.
Paimon's glad her eyesight isn't so good that she can see it from
Yeah, cover it.
Paimon's gonna float away for a bit.
And just hide behind me or something. They didn't pull the thorn out. It just stays in the hole in their head? Ooh.
They probably left it there as a lasting reminder of Dougier's censure.
Fuck.
These people must have had to endure an unimaginable amount of pain.
You don't say. It's stuck there. It didn't look
check out
small
the other
either.
areas, too.
You see how big like the and then the pin was like, "Ay, she." It says it wasn't short at all. You had to have this inside your head. Oh no, that's disgusting. These papers are actually outdated, but they look brand new. It seems no one has ever flipped through them. If you look closely, even the creases are almost identical. They don't seem to have been formed naturally through reading.
This is a book that Paimon found in a box next to the bookshelf. Its contents are exactly the same as this book on the shelf.
It's for show
The
only.
colors of the covers are completely different though, and the names of the authors also don't match up.
So these are also just for show, to make it look like the bookshelves being added to be maintained. Is this what happens to every member that joins? That whole thing in the head thing is still grossing me out, I'm sorry. Even if Wriothesley saves them from this now, that thing's gonna be permanent. You know? Oh god, that's actually so gross. Who the fuck thinks of that? Maniacs, that's what.
This is a surveillance port. With this, Dougier would be able to remotely monitor everything that's happening at the gathering place. So even if Dougier's not there in person, he'll still always have eyes on the members.
That explains why they were all so terrified.
If any action you take may be deemed a mistake, then perhaps it's better to do less. Or to not do anything at all. Dougier has already tamed them to his will.
Gross.
Your Grace! Your Grace!
Did you find Dougier?
What's the matter?
We couldn't find any society members in the other areas. It also seems like none of the equipment in those rooms were ever used. All the signs of wear and tear are fake. The limescale, the layers of dust, they were all deliberately added. We also investigated the members' residences and weren't able to find anything. Their neighbors all say that they haven't returned home for ages.
The society put a lot of effort into building a front. Their real headquarters are elsewhere.
As long as he allowed society members to mingle with others, even with threats of censure, Dougier knew that he couldn't stop all of his members from speaking out. Meanwhile, this marvelous gathering place will lose all of its value as soon as a whistleblower sounds the alarm. So instead of being his real base, this is just an elaborate performance. The rest areas, the fancy equipment, even the members that we saw, they were merely part of the front. Dougier must be holding all the rest of his members in another place. And if the overseer of my fortress guard has never alerted me to anything of the sort, he must be in Dougier's pocket.
Let's go find him. He can tell us what the real headquarters are.
I'm of the same mind. Let's go. You two, follow me. Let's go. We can take this path. You guys take the other.
Oh shit, he pointed. He's about to be added to the pointed council. Oh shit, sorry. I completely forgot I was gonna follow you. Wait.
Look! There's a fallen guard over there! Paimon sees some society members too!
After them!
It's rising! Run!
I'm literally, I was right in front of you.
Did Dougier send you? Why did you attack that guard?
Mr. Dougier, he didn't want this guy to expose our true location. We were just about to dispose of him when you caught up to us.
You were gonna kill him.
So,
Jesus.
in other words, your headquarters should be this way.
Yes, it's just down this way. You'll make it there once you've seen it pass through a large drainage pipe.
Guards, take them away.
Maybe do something with the wound on their head. Right. Oh. Dougier's Kingdom. Based on the investigation and preliminary conjecture, the goons of the Beret Society and their victims should be gathered deep within this place. Dougier must have expected trouble and has prepared a suitable welcome gift. As such, extensive preparations should be undertaken before entering. Okay, so I'm guessing this will give me trial Wriothesley, which means, yeah, we'll go with this so that we can buff Wriothesley. Hyper carry Wriothesley!
There's so much space down here!
These are all former work areas. They've been left abandoned due to a lack of funds. There are usually guards on patrol here. It would seem that all of those guards have been bought as well. Stay sharp. He's got a ton of surprises waiting for us, I'm sure.
Oh, this almost looks like another version of the Fleuve Centre. Yeah, I think they use like the same models. I really have to fight you, huh? Okay, alright. Bring me on, baby!
A moment, please.
safe trip.
Hey, are you okay?
You're safe now. Just follow the guards and leave this place.
My mustache guy.
Who knew that there'd be Gardamex here? Dougier really prepared for everything.
And that would explain the strange decommission requests I received, as well as account for all the Gardamex that had mysteriously gone missing. Seems like he's prepared for an all-out confrontation with me.
He's going to war.
Ah, this should be the Society's real rules book. It lists all the rules that they're expected to follow. Members are not permitted to speak to each other or to leave without formal permission. 5 members shall form a group, and the whole group will be punished for any single member's wrongdoings.
Oh,
Anyone who reports a fellow member's misbehavior shall be rewarded with food and water. I see. So it's much as I expected.
He's torturing them.
But that's just cruel and unreasonable.
To obtain food and water, prisoners are forced to snitch on others, and in the process cause pain to those around them.
I'm guessing probably someone has, like, basically fabricated false accusations just to get more food and
To
stay
avoid
alive.
punishment, they learn to stop talking with one another.
Christ.
This leaves the wounds they've already received to fester, however. And so resentment builds until every prisoner has become an island. Finally, isolated and without hope, they accept their fate as Dougier's slaves.
That's terrible. The whole thing is an affront to human dignity.
Do you remember what happened to Paimon? She rejected all the snacks in the box once she was spooked by that black gem. She's usually all for tasty snacks, but she chose to go against her instincts after a negative experience.
Ugh, is that the best example you could come up with? Anyway, Paimon still thinks she made the right decision.
Hey, okay, Paimon.
It's also valid to interpret that as a decision that you only made under emotional duress. The human heart is like a raft in a vast and empty ocean. We convince ourselves that we're in control, but in truth, a single wave could sweep us off course and send us crashing into the path of a storm.
That's true.
Those who use fear to lead others astray must pay for that crime.
Oh. Is that one of his idle animations? Oh god, I vow to never run away again. I vow not to speak without permission. I vow to remain conscious while being censured. I vow to earnestly carry out any order given out to me by Master Dougier. I vow to actively denounce any behavior of my fellow society members who undermine the society's unity. I vow to voluntarily accept a 4th degree or higher punishment should I violate any part of my oath. Oh, well, I like a good puzzle. They always make these one-time puzzles.
Whoa, it's turning! Is it because we touched this thing? The other side's open! Let's go!
Dang, he straightens his tie. He's so badass. He just purposely leaves it so that it's loose. Oh, he does a superhero landing too.
Changes anything.
How do these, like, bad guys always have, like, the coolest layers? Easy does it.
Ooh, the water level's gone way up! So that's how we'll make it to the top!
Another one.
These should be the prison cells. Lots of empty cells in here. Dougier's probably moved them elsewhere already.
Let's still rescue the ones who got left behind, though. Every person counts.
Hopefully.
Hey, it's alright now. You can leave this place.
No, I won't try to leave anymore. I'll never try to leave again.
He's broken them.
So close to me. I don't want any trouble.
No, we're not gonna do that. Please calm down. We're not bad people.
We won't be able to get through to her right now. Not with the stress response in the way. I'd also guess there are many others here who are more or less like her. Let's let the guards take care of them for now and keep pushing forward.
Avice and Facade are still in danger.
Alright. Let's search for an exit first.
A letter left behind. Dear Laura, my sweetest daughter, I have no choice but to say goodbye to you in this way. Since our separation, not a moment goes by when I do not wish I could leave the fortress tomorrow. Please, as soon as possible, come back to her. You try to embrace us. Do not try speaking to me. Nobody can be trusted. They're all monsters of human paces. He's given up. There we go.
The door's open. Huh. Maybe it's His Grace. I'll go take a look.
I leave this area to you. Make sure to bring everyone out safe.
Understood. And please take care as well, Your Grace. We'll return here right away and await your orders.
That's so cool. The way to do it. Oh. Wow, they're... Oh, wow, we can actually see them freeing? Oh, wow. We can actually see them escorting out the prisoners in action. That's nice.
The guards from the Fortress of Meripede have already taken control of this area. You're safe now.
Come on. I like when they do this. Where are you going? Right, of course, there's one more person that... Wow, really? For something that usually, it'd be usually ignored because, you know, people would have just ran straight up ahead. They really took the time to do this. That's impressive, you know, I'll give them that. I'll give them that. Perfect. There we go. Just focus on our heroic. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of people. Fuck, don't make me fight all of them.
I must confess to being furious. To think that there are still some of you who find it permissible to spit upon our rules.
What the fuck is that? That looks like a saw trap or something.
Remember their names. Facade and Avice. They've betrayed you, betrayed us. And today you will see with your own eyes what'll happen to those who betray our cause.
Yeah, okay, let's do something, please.
Go on, Avice. Pierce his skull with the thorn in your hands, and then push in the Aqua Dolores.
No.
Of course. You will do it one drop at a time. Let it do its magic again, and don't stop until you've pushed all of it in.
You're fucking sick, you know that?
Thistle. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll find a way to endure.
Come on, save these good people.
Oh, shut your wretched mouths! When did I give you permission to speak? My rules are the paramount law of this place. Only more pain will come to those who dare to disobey.
That's enough, Dougier. Your rabid screams have been beyond nauseating.
Is that His Grace?
Oh, Wriothesley. I knew you would come, but I didn't expect you to be so quick. Must you still refuse to let me be? Did I not spell everything out for you already? What's so blasphemous about sharing a slice of the cake with me when you've already got the entire fortress at your feet?
You can use that slice of the cake to do something good, you know, instead of making slaves. Is that like such a hard thing to do? You can do something good with it instead of okay, you know what? There's no reasoning with these type of people.
It would seem that you can't see the difference between sharing and looting. And on top of that, look at your people. Are they not starving as you wolf down your cake?
You. Stop acting all high and mighty like some hero of justice!
He's better than you in every way. Shut up, man.
Have you forgotten? Nobody in this blasted fortress is innocent. We are all irredeemable monsters who have destroyed something that others held dear. What's so wrong about punishing those who deserve to be punished? It's what they've always deserved.
I don't see you getting your punishment.
And please, are you really gonna tell me that you care about their lives and well-being when you just need a supply of labor to keep this place running? Isn't that all you need to keep your cushy life?
Sadly, you're wrong on both counts. Unlike you, I've never seen them as currency. The fortress is not only a place for confinement, but also a place for rebirth. Just as people are free to give in to the darkness within their hearts, they are also free to seek redemption and a new beginning. Our bodies have limits, but our spirits will always remain free. They may have made mistakes, but they are still human beings with people and things that they cherish. And most importantly, they should always retain the freedom to choose their own path once they've reflected on their past misdeeds. But you're destroying their spirits with fear, taking their freedom away so that they'll become slaves who will never again feel or
I'm
think.
so done with this guy.
And you say that's what they've always deserved? You are nothing compared to them.
Wriothesley, please beat the living shit out of him.
He's really mad.
I feel the same way. Honestly, he's been keeping it in until now.
You think me arrogant, Wriothesley. Well, I think
Yourself.
you're too young and naive. You understand nothing of this world. Nobody actually sees this fortress as any kind of just a wonderful place. See it for what it is. A dumping ground of pain and misery, irredeemable now and irredeemable forever. Had you been just one step slower, I would have already taken control of all the garden mechs in this place. Your vision gives you strength.
Well,
but how long will it hold against these powerful constructs?
Powerful, I cleared floor 12, homie. What the fuck do you take me for?
You talk big, but in the end, you know nothing outside of power and control. In that case, let me give you a small taste of what real power looks like.
I literally have a hyper carry team built just for you right now. You ain't winning this.
Things can get a little chilly.
Oh yeah. There we go. Easily done. Ooh. Oh, he disintegrated that bitch.
If you think fear can control everything,
have a taste of your own medicine.
Me. Don't high road me. You're just another crook. And it's time he got treated like one!
Oh, right, it was a pistol. Sorry. You see him? Also, a bullet wasn't really gonna stop me.
To shoot straight?
I'm warning you! Unauthorized punishment and torture are prohibited here. As the Duke, you should set an example.
Funny how that slipped my mind. Well, from this point on, you can forget about that rule. The rules of the fortress are there to keep the likes of you in check. But if the Duke wants somebody dead, he needs no justification.
Tell him.
Understood.
Tell him. I think he had it easy, but oh well. The guards rescue the society members who have been imprisoned at the true headquarters. Wriothesley spends much time with each member, comforting them and extending his personal apologies. Following that, he makes arrangements for follow-up medical care and cleanup work. And thus does the Beret Society debacle truly come to an end. Wow, nicely done.
Sorry for taking so long. Did I keep you waiting?
No, not at all. Paimon didn't know you were so considerate.
If you ask me, I'd say I actually feel very helpless. There's no way that I could truly empathize with the fear that the members felt every day. I could comfort and compensate them all I want, but it might still not be enough to repair the damage that has been done.
You did your duty as a Duke.
I have to take responsibility for it, as does the fortress.
We were able to stop it before it got any worse, right? Maybe you should give a more formal apology. You sound more serious than usual.
So, do you have a plan for how you're gonna deal with him yet?
Oh, Dougier? I've already got an idea. For now, I think I'll do nothing.
Huh? Why?
I think it's a very fitting punishment for him to have to imagine the sorts of punishments that will soon be coming his way.
Yeah, seems
He'll
fair.
be left in the dark with regards to both the dates and the details of his punishment.
Fear.
I'm going to talk to the members of the society. He'll get a chance to experience everything that he's ever inflicted.
Nice idea.
Paimon didn't know you could also be so harsh. Looks like she should watch her tongue when she's around you in the future.
Why do you think I'd do that kind of thing to you? You offend me, Paimon. Anyway, jokes aside, thank you so much for all.
He said jokes aside so many times in this
still a
story
lot for me to
quest.
take. Jokes aside, kidding. In all seriousness, however, I'll treat you to a meal in 2 days at the Coupon Cafeteria. We should have a better handle on things.
Lord, you're really gonna make me end this story quest by turning the clock twice.
Several days later.
Wriothesley, thanks for the view. Oh my goodness, you see how many stuff was on that table?
Ah, you're here.
Ooh, that's garlic bread. God, no, that's not garlic bread. That's a garlic loaf.
Paimon never forgets
Goodness
about
me.
meals. Even if the traveler forgets, Paimon will remind her for sure.
You say that as if I hadn't been feeding you something.
That's not what Paimon meant at all. Wriothesley, you got what Paimon meant, right?
I'm a little confused, actually.
Hey, not you too.
Jokes aside, I've got some good news. After taking a look, the doctors have let me know that it shouldn't be too difficult to extract the thorns, which means that everyone should be able to recover after a period of rest.
Fuck, what about the wound though? It's gotta... I have a question for you actually.
Please, go ahead.
Your flashbacks when you picked up the gem, your anger when you confronted Dougier.
Ah, that's a bit of a long story. I once had a similar experience. It had to do with the host family I lived with as a child.
Oh.
I was an orphan, adopted by a couple with a great deal of love in their hearts. I had many siblings, and we all adored each other. Once we were older, Mom and Dad would turn us over to be individually adopted by families of greater means, and go on to adopt more young children. They were perfect parents. Or so I thought. And then, I found out we were merely raised as livestock. Once we had reached a certain age, our parents would bring us to the market for sale.
Jesus Christ.
All children that were sold would leave the house, and nobody would know what became of them. As for those who didn't sell, they were merely disposed of. Did you know I once considered myself an extremely lucky child? And all of my friends, all of my siblings, they all felt this way as well.
Until they were sold off or gotten rid of.
I was also not the first to find out about the truth. All those who found out before me were simply added to the disposal pile.
Can this get any more dark?
I could never shake the feeling of irony every time I juxtaposed their tragic ends against our parents' adoring smiles.
That explains a lot.
Yes. Like the society, my parents created a facade of joy, lied to satiate their desires, and even employed incredibly cruel methods to keep their grasp on power.
On children.
They did all of that, but never considered how their actions would utterly ruin all the children they took under their wing. Worse, perhaps they never cared about that at all. But I did. So in the end, I killed them and set all of the remaining children free. I was convicted for my crimes and exiled to the fortress of Meripede.
That's his crime. That's your story.
My methods were extreme, yes, but I was still a teenager at the time. I'd been betrayed by those I trusted most, and I didn't think that more moderate ways would solve the problem.
Jesus.
My doubt and helpless anger pushed me forward until I got what I deserved.
I have to take some time to process that. I don't really know what to say.
It's all right. You don't have to tell me what you think. I've already committed to this path, regardless of what anyone may say about it. The least I can do is to make sure that the same tragedy will not happen again in my new home.
Sorry to disturb you, everyone.
Oh, it's Avice and Facade. Are you two feeling better yet?
It was all because you arrived in time. I managed to escape unscathed.
Glad to hear it.
We came here on impulse today, because we were hoping that you'd be able to lend us a hand, Your Grace.
Please, go on right ahead. I'll do my best to help. Within reason, of course.
It's...
Oh.
I'd like to be wedded to Avice here at the fortress.
You're getting married?
Yeah, we met each other through the society and both fell into Dougier's trap.
It's a rather awkward romance,
But even during our time there, we never doubted each other. We always believed that Dougier was manipulating us, trying to make us mistrust each other. And after this incident, we've come to believe that we've found the one for the rest of our lives.
You could say we managed to make the best out of a bad situation. He didn't abandon me, and I didn't forsake him either. But we're still both prisoners. And we also aren't sure if the fortress is the best place to host something so celebratory. So we are just wondering, is our request a bit too out of line?
You're right in that the fortress has never hosted a wedding before. But that's no reason to say no, is it? I'll help you make the arrangements. If you need anything special shipped in from the surface, just say the word.
We can't thank you enough, Your Grace. We are actually also planning to stay here after the conclusion of our sentences.
Yeah, we've already made tons of special memories here. So now, it'd be too hard to leave.
It's still jail, but alright.
And we have full confidence in the fortress's future with you at the helm, Your Grace.
Your trust is the highest form of praise.
Hey, loosen up a bit. Shouldn't you be the happiest man in Neuvillette to hear that people would like to stay of their own free will?
Yeah.
It's still jail.
I'll always take a genuine expression of faith over any obligation to obey.
Ah, there it is. There we go, we're done. Oh, we don't get to see the wedding? Fuck. Did I not get invited? I'll cry over my welfare meal then. That was a short, nice and short story quest. Not nice as in, like, I like the story of it. Not as in that the story was nice. As in, it was still dark most of the time. Because of slavery, and considering this is a story quest that took place entirely inside the prison, I'm not that surprised that it got that dark. Still, that whole thorn in the skull thing still grosses me out so much. Just having it be there. And we got to learn about Wriothesley's past too. I knew they mentioned he went to the fortress and eventually became the Duke because he was originally convicted of a crime. I didn't know it was that severe. His crime was that he killed his parents. Yeah, that's why. They said during Wriothesley's trial, Neuvillette sat and thought for a long time. He thought very hard about it. Plus back then he was still getting used to, like, the human society and, you know, accepting human emotions. That must have been a hard verdict for him. Wriothesley's a good person. Wriothesley's a good person. He's a good duke. Your Grace is truly fit for the fortress. Nice. That's a nice story quest. I enjoyed that one. Not too long, not as long as like Neuvillette's story quest, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. Tell me what you guys thought about this story quest down in the comments when you watch my video. And what parts did you like about it? And did you get as grossed out by me about that whole spike thing as I did? But yeah, as for the video, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya!